Hi, I'm Kirsty Meakin and this is Naio Makeup. Today I am going to be creating this look, which is a natural look. So it's something that you can wear every day to work, or if you were just out shopping with the kids or on the school run, because you know you still want to look nice on the school run. You don't be like with last night's makeup on and all that, or barefaced. You still want to look good because you never know, about some hot dads there. So this is a look we're going to create for you, a natural soft look. Next time you see me, I'm going to have no makeup on. Don't judge me. So, me, natural. This is me, obviously natural, naked face, but we're going to do a natural makeup look. And I'm going to start by putting a little bit of serum on. Just a really cheapy serum, just so I don't look so dry. Mainly around my eyes, I'm just going to blend that on. Ooh, feel the weight now. I'm going to use my usual foundation, but I'm only going to take 2 pumps, and how I apply it will be a little bit thinner than I normally do. I'm actually going to do 1 pump first, actually, looking at this. I'm going to do 1 pump, so I don't want it so heavy. I'm doing more dots because I want it to go over quite thinly. So I'm going to blend this now with my brush, starting on my cheeks. Now, I know you're all thinking, natural look, natural, Kirsty Meakin, natural, are you having a laugh? This is purely for your benefit. You know, some brides like a natural look on the day of their wedding. I think on the day of my wedding, definitely won't be natural. So I'm just trying to mask out any imperfections on my skin at the minute with whatever's sort of left on the brush, and just blending that over my eyes. So what I need to do now is, because you can see I've got a few little spots, I'm going to use my NYX Sculpt and Highlight, and I'm using this NYX Sculpt and Highlight just for this, using it as a concealer. Lightly, I'm going to do some dots here. If I was doing a heavier look, I'd normally put quite a lot under there, but I'm not today. And then just dotting onto any sort of dark freckles or spots. So now I'm going to use my sponge, and I'm going to go and do under my eye. It's quite thin on product, so it shouldn't really crease under my eye. And then just dot over the sections that are concealing. I conceal those little spots or dark freckles. And we're going to seal this with powder. So I've got a loose powder. It's just a number 7 one. I'm going to tap that out onto the lid. Use that from the lid, and I'm going to press that all over my face. So it's not too heavy. Take off any excess. So you can see it's not too heavy because you can still see some of my freckles that I don't like. I know some people with freckles, and there's quite a famous model from Trends actually. She has lots of freckles and she looks amazing. However, I don't like mine at all. We're going to go in with a bronzer now. So I've got my H&M Bronzer. Hello. And we've got the brush that we stole from Tammy. You know, I didn't steal it. She left it in my bag. And I really like it, and I don't think I'm going to give it a back. Pat, 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 knock some off. I'm going to go all underneath my chin, along my jawline, over my cheek. Going to bring a bit of colour into my face, because as you saw, with no makeup on, I have no colour at all, but we still want to keep this quite natural, so you're not going to go too heavy. It's going to go over the top of my forehead as well. And then I'm just going to sweep up one side of my nose, not the other side of my nose, which will very slightly contour. We're going to use some Epic which is from Illamasqua, which is a bronzer, and this is just going to give you some shimmer on the face. I'm literally just going to sweep that across my cheek, nose, and top of my chin, and top of my forehead. So this is just an NYX, and it's called Vixen. It's not as pale as the colours that I've used before, which is normally the Illamasqua Stealth. So this one's more ivory than cream. So this is slightly more creamy. This is more paler. This would be more dramatic, and we want to keep it quite natural. So we're going with this one. I'm going to apply it on with a fluffy brush. I'm not going to use a sponge applicator because that transfers it on quite heavy, and we don't want it to be heavy. Use a brush, everything is a little bit softer. Over the lid, slightly under the eye. I'm going to go on my brow bone with it. Just a bit, not a lot. Not a lot. So we're not doing any major highlighting. And then I'm going to do my eyebrows. We're going to do them a little bit softer than we normally do. Than I normally do. So first of all, I'm going to take a slanted brush that is slightly fluffy. I'm going to use this L'Oreal Brow Artist Genius Kit. Now it does come with a little brush. You've got a little one of them. Brush all your eyebrows off, but I don't have hardly any of. And it comes with a slanted brush on the other end. But I'm going to use this fluffy one because I want it to be a little bit of a softer look. So I'm not going to use the gel. This is like a waxy sort of gel. And when you put that on and then put the powder on over the top, it goes quite heavy. I'm just going to use powder. I'm going to start in the centre and come out. Then I'm going to fill the rest of it in. So that gives you a softer brow. It's not like, you know, it's not like a 4D brow. It's quite natural.
What's 4D?
It's just like super intense.
Right, so if you want to be just that a little bit more than 3D.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like smell or anything, because that's what 4D cinema is. You get smell.
Oh yeah, you get smell-o-vision and all that. No, this is just a little bit. This is like, do you remember when you had really rubbish computers and there was no 3D and things like that about? Like was it called an Amstrad or a
Commodore 64?
That's it, yeah. You know, and everything was just a little bit more pixelated and softer. Well, that's what these eyebrows are.
So they're not HD?
So they're not HD. You know what I mean? They're just softer, more natural, quick to do. You know, if you're just rushing out in the morning, you just want to put a little bit of colour on your brows, you don't want to have those clearly defined, you know, sharp brows. This is just quite soft. Obviously, I have a little bit of eyebrow tattoo to sort of help me to guide my way, but this just keeps them a little bit softer. Right, now I am going to, in my Illamasqua palette, so we're going to use this sort of mid-brown, just a little bit. And we're not going to use any kind of harsh eyeliners or anything like that. So we're going to be doing with shadow to keep it nice and. So we're going to use my slanted fluffy brush, you know, my favourite brush that I've had forever and looks all worn, but I love it. If anybody wants to send me a new one, you can.
This is a begging video.
Yeah, it's a begging video. So this is the one we're going to use.
If anybody's got a really expensive camera, please send me one.
Yeah, Adam's all for free gifts as well.
Drones, GoPros.
Yeah, anything like that. Any techie shiz. I'm going to use this to just add a bit of definition to my eye here. It's still quite soft. And I'm going to run the tip of that brush slightly underneath. Same again on the other eye. Then using a pointy sponge applicator, we're going to use this darker brown. And we're going to use that as like an eyeliner on top of the lid here to add a little bit of depth. So just that little bit. I'm just making sure there's nothing foul. Yeah. And then I'm going to use mascara. All I'm going to use is my cheap, inexpensive Collection big fat chunky brush in black. It is a black one. I never see the point of putting brown mascara on. I don't like get that. I used to do it when I was about 15, but that was only because I didn't want my dad to know. Because I wanted it to look really natural. But then I thought, well, what's the point? I mean, for me, I've got really pale eyelashes, so especially when I was like 15, having just brown on was massive to me. But, you know, as a fully fledged adult that I think you should be wearing black, and it just makes a massive difference to your makeup. Same on this side. And I'll do 2 coats of that. And then we're going to do quite a natural lip. So I'm going to use Revlon. And it's in the colour Blush. It's a twisty up one. You know, I don't like them ones that you have to sharpen because they make a mess. I'm just going to edge my lips. And you can see that's quite a natural shade on the bottom lip. Just going to fade in that line. And then we want some colour. I have here, this is from Collection and it is called Moisturising Lip Butter. I don't think you can put this on your toast. It's definitely for your lips. So it's not a matte finish, it is quite creamy and buttery like it says. And there you are, a natural look just for you. Woo! There you are, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to this channel, Naio Makeup. And if you haven't done already as well, I need you to check out our other channel, Naio Nails, where you'll see everything all about nails. Don't forget to check us all out on Instagram and Facebook and all that shebang. And we'll see you in the next makeup video. Bye-bye. I desperately need my eyebrows re-tattooing as well. Anybody out there want to do them for me, you know, just drop us a line.
Especially if it includes a flight to the States.